not. Migraine is, for me, it's inflammation of those brain areas or blood vessels in these brain areas which had been active the day before, mostly for me, and that is and the next day when they do not have to be active, then during activity in these blood vessels, the immune system is being suppressed, because then I mean these active areas need blood, and then if the immune system is active and there's an inflammation in these blood vessels, and these blood vessels become, so to speak, obstructed, you know, and so there cannot flow much blood through. So when you need these blood in these brain areas need this blood, and therefore the immune system becomes suppressed, so that they cannot produce the inflammations. But on the next day, then when you relax and the organism notice that you don't need these areas now, then this immune system becomes active, produces inflammations, and that's what is your migraine. Very simple, actually, no? Yes, it takes some time to understand. However, I think maybe the scientists will disprove me. But it allows me actually in some nowadays to forecast or to notice when I'm in a state of mind doing work, for example, when I'm doing my writing my letters, I notice there's a slightly feelings which then allow me then to predict that I might have a migraine next day. And these feelings, that's something you really need experience then to have. I haven't been very much now and then a migraine, but since I'm working so much here writing since the 90s, I've had more migraines, and they were pleasant. And so during this time you can learn then gradually. It takes really time. It takes years to identify certain feelings in your head, which you can, which give you indicate that you might have a migraine the next day if you continue like this, doing this, or if you don't do something. And one of the most common feelings I have is certain coldness. It feels. I have my migraine on my right side. I think I've never had migraine on my left eye. It's above my right eye, and that is, I guess, has to do with the activity of my left brain half. It becomes it's too complicated to explain it. Why does it pain here? That's something I leave to the medical scientists to work that out. However, when I feel there's it's a bit colder on this side here, on my right, near my right eye, or near here this part, then I'm wearing the headband. I had one of Bluesky account. I also mentioned migraine. There was a doctor quoted, and therefore I used this chance also to explain that. So when I feel cold there, during, for example, sitting at my notebook and typing I do this not only just for half an hour, but sometimes 10 to 15 hours in a row and continuously. So then I put on this woolen headband, or how you call it, and warming that up. And that is, I think, also what I did yesterday. And therefore, the migraines, and since I'm doing this, these migraines I have then are very mild, are not this terrible pain which you get normally. But so you can reduce this actually by relatively easily, at least when you are at home. I mean, if you are here in front of your in camera at the news desk, you can go like this. This is of course, and then you have also to look into the spotlight. And having a migraine, that is, I mean, it's unbearable. I would say it's unbearable because that's another thing. That's the coldness, and but that is then more when I have this slightly migraine. Then my left eye doesn't like light at all. So, and therefore then I'm wearing this eye patch here, like this and this. And and sometimes for certain phases in these migraine phase, which takes this time, it can 1 to 2 days it can last. I use it's a tissue, piece of tissue, just folded to it's a normal tissue, and then you fold it to a to a piece like that, which is about 3 millimeters thick, and that I put here on my closed right eye and put this eye patch on. And this is not only because this on the one hand keeps the eye closed, which is already a nice thing for the right eye, which hates the light then, looking into the light, but it also it produces a light pressure, slightly pressure on this eye bulb there. And this helps also quite reduces the pain. And I could imagine this pressure on this eye probably reduces the blood flow through these blood vessels here in this area, and that's exactly. I mean, these blood vessels are inflamed, and there's an inflammation. So if there's a tissue inflamed, then it doesn't want to become burdened by anything. If you have tissue, if you have an inflammation at your foot sole, this produces a pain when you step on it, because the immune system wants to have rest there, it wants to have work. It's like on a motorway. If there's something to repair, the workers will forbid that they put red lights on, that the cars do not. The whole way may be even closed for the public transport or public traffic, in order that the workers can work there. And that's exactly what the immune system also does by these pain sensations or alarm clocks, so to speak, in order to prevent you to put pressure or something to disturb the immune system repairing these things. And in the brain, if a blood vessel is inflamed, then it means that it doesn't want to get too much blood through it, because the blood is expanding the blood vessel, and if it is inflamed, then of course it will produce pain. And therefore, if you have a migraine on the right side, you have to try to reduce the blood flow in this painful area. That means in your right eye, for example, by receiving light or by reading something very small letters and so on. So you have to reduce the blood flow in your painful area. And that is what the pain is all about, is to motivate you to reduce the work or the functioning of these organs, which at the moment the immune system is repairing.